Financial Traders Cafe. It's another gorgeous day in paradise, another beautiful sunny day in England. I'm just sat in some beautiful surroundings as I'm doing this. This is the luxury of trading, I suppose, that you can go anywhere, and with a decent Wi-Fi signal you can trade from anywhere in the world. So the screen you're looking at the moment is the German DAX as usual. And we are day trading. This is a continuation of the Einstein compound interest financial trading challenge. So if you haven't watched any before, please go back and watch the previous videos, and you'll be able to pick up the thread of what we're doing here, which in a nutshell is to build an account starting at just £2,000 and get that into a 5 and 6 figure account. So I'm going to show you some trades that were made yesterday, and also what to watch out for today. So if we go in, this was yesterday, so the 25th. So, and I'm going to show you what to watch out for today, being the 26th of July. Okay, so you can just again follow the thread. The pattern's always the same in terms of the trades that we take on, why we take them on, making sure that we minimize risk, maximize reward. The maximum risk on any particular trade is 2% of the trading account, and as the trading account keeps increasing, so can the trade sizes. Now again, these are just only small amounts. You can see here only £2 a point, but adding to trades. Okay, so starting with £3 a point, £2 a point, £2 a point, etc. So adding to trades systematically, rather than diving in and trading at £5, £10 a point, and trying to scalp 20 pips. That's not what this is about. There are times when I'll do that with a bigger account, but this is all about building up that small account and into that 5 and 6 figure number. And of course, if you are working, this is even with this small account, you can make a couple of £1,000 a month, and if you live in the UK, that's tax-free. So that's the equivalent of a £30,000 a year salary, and that's not doing an 8-hour day. I've been on holiday for a few weeks now, and just dipping in and out during July, and so that's literally half an hour or something a day. So it's not particularly strenuous, but again, I just want to keep this going, so you can really follow this like a kind of diary of how I continue to make profitable trades, so that you can hopefully benefit from that. So these ones yesterday, the DAX did sell off early. I think it was moving sideways, it was oscillating, and then it suddenly sold off around about lunchtime. So I'm going to show you those, and then the trades that were made here, which were the £3 a point, 2, and then 3 more of £2 a point. And I did actually do a Wall Street trade, just a tiny one there, but again, it just all the little amounts, they all add up nicely. So let's have a look at the DAX, and I'll show you what happened. Okay, so these candles are today. Okay, this is what happened yesterday. So what we're looking at, so Wednesday the 25th of July, suddenly from here we had this 8 o'clock candle, so the 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock AM candle. The DAX suddenly started selling off, and had this big candle here. Okay, now I was out and about enjoying myself in the morning, but I saw all this happen, and I thought, this is an opportunity to get in and start to take the trade back up again. Okay, because I could see it hitting and testing a certain level up here, okay, and I'm going to go into that in a sec on the daily chart, where there's another opportunity now to sell. So here we were buying, and there's another opportunity to sell. So let's so you can see that was a sell-off, and then I'm looking, this is what happened next. So I started buying as it started going back up again. Notice here, you see my magic black line here. Okay, so it tested that line, it tested it at 12.542, it went through it a little bit, and then it started to bungee jump back up again. Okay, so there's a low test through the line. What happened is the black door opened here, and then it shut again as the price came back up. Okay, and that didn't happen until bizarrely after 4:30. Okay, so let's have a look at the 5 and 10 minute candles yesterday. So I'll just expand that for you. So if we go to here, so this was that 4-hour candle effectively. So there was this low test here on the 5-minute chart. Okay, see that pin there? Okay, that's the one I'm looking at. All right, and then what I do is I wait for it to go through a much shorter time frame, the 1 minute and the 40-second and the 10-second time frame. I'm looking for as tight entry as possible with a stop just below here. Okay, so if it comes back again, the stop's nice and tight below the candle here, and then I just take it back up. Now I had to wait a little while because I wanted to just make sure that there was agreement everywhere that this was definitely had total confidence that this was going to come back up again. So if we go back and have a look at the history here of those trades that were made, you've got there were a couple of little ones, because this is when it was really moving up and down. I mean, there were candles all over the place. Just need to delete that. Every time it says alert triggered, I've always got alarms set up on the system.
Alert triggered.
Certain things are happening. So
alert triggered.
Me here is that the price is at 12,764. Okay, I'm just going to delete that, otherwise it's just going to keep going off. So let's go back, and you can see that the ones that I bought were at 12,580, 12,591, and there was this one 12,563, and then it suddenly started turning. I had to get out quickly there. Sometimes when that happens, if you feel a little bit nervous that it could suddenly start to tank when you're buying, it's sometimes better to get out, and that's what I did there. It was whipsawing everywhere, and that's not good trading conditions as far as I'm concerned. What we want is a nice steady pattern, and so that's why I got in at 12,580 and 12,591. Okay, so if we go back here, so I started to get in. I'll show you on here. You see, as it was coming up to test this level of support, which was at 12,594. So I got in just here, okay, as it was coming up, and you can see what happened next. It then just absolutely flew up, and I then actually did have targets, so I took the profits on these ones at at 12,711, and so that was a good 131 pips there on this one and on this one. So I could see that it was at 12,580, that it was moving the way that I had anticipated it would, and then I added to the trade again. Okay, so I had confirmation, and that's why I got added to it at 12,591, and then again 12,650 and 12,721. So this is adding to winning trades, so where you can see it moving in the right direction. Yes, I could have put more on there. I could have bought it £5 a point or something there, but that's not how it works here. What I'm looking at is I'm comfortably ahead on these trades here, so I can start adding to it. So at 12,650, which was just as it actually come up yesterday through the 12,594 level. Okay, so let's just go back again so I can show you more clearly. So here we are, this is the 3-minute time frame. So that was the first one, 12. So you see, look on the right hand side, the yellow there, that was 12,587. So as it was crossing through on this 3-minute, crossed through this level of resistance, which is now support. Okay, so it just pushed through there, so buy through there, and then adding to it, as I could see, it was building. And so those were those early £2 a point trades. And then this candle here, this was at 8:30. Okay, and you can see, so it crossed through and then back up again. So okay, stayed in the first two trades, the £2 a point trades, from getting in here, and then added another £3 a point here at 12,650. And what I wanted to do is just then take profit on that just as it came up through 12,694. Okay, so I wanted to take profit from there here. Okay, so let's just go back and see there. So that 3, so it's 12,691. I just put a limit order in to take it there. Okay, just before it touched that level of resistance, just in case it came back down again, because I was out at that point. So I wasn't at the screen. I just wanted to manage it whilst I was out having a meal last night. So and then then I had already put a note in the phone that to alert me as soon as the DAX had hit 12,711. So on my mobile I had the alert to come up, and that was when I sold these two. I closed the trades at 12,711. So you can see there I bought at the computer at 12,580, and then I closed on my mobile last night at about 9:30, I think it was, at 12,711, and as I say, that 12,650 was automatically done on limit order. And these all had stops in place as well below that candle that I showed you before, which is on that 5-minute candle. So that was how the trade was managed. And then I saw again here the 12,721. The DAX was making a nice move upward to test. This is what I'm going to show you. This is the important thing now, what's going to be potentially happening today. So the 12,721, I wanted to take that at 12,770 to cheekily bank another almost 50 pips there. Now I'll show you why that's so significant. So let's go back to today on the 1-hour candles, and see it's just testing up here. See this on the red there, that what 12,779. So it's tested this, it's gone through resistance 1, tested that. But what I want you to see is the target. So my target for that £2 trade was, once it hit that, I wanted to take profit. You see, so it's at 12,774, that black line there. Okay, if you go back to previous videos, I sold here, took all the profit down here, sold again here, and then I was waiting for this to test this level again. It's key level at 12,774. All right, so that's why I bank the money here. Just and I sometimes just take the profit a little bit before it touches it, just in case it doesn't quite get there. All right, so what I'm looking at now is today, being Thursday the 26th of July, is to sell from this point here. Okay, so now I've bought and made profit as it's come up. I'm expecting this, if it can't break through this level, to start to tip back the other way again, and maybe come down and test these areas here at 12,445 and even 12,374, which is a major level of support down here. Okay, so at 12,774, let's go in and see in the much shorter time frames what's happening. So there we are, see that it's tested it, so I had another go, and now what I'm waiting to see is if it tries to test it again, and then I'm looking for an opportunity to sell from there, and for it to initially come down. Potentially it might come down and just test this pivot level, although I have pivot levels on the chart. I don't take that much notice of them. I know traders do, but I'm more interested in the price action, other support and resistance lines, and trend lines. Obviously, at the zooming out onto daily and the more macro levels, looking at Fibonacci as well sometimes, and what the relative strength index has done in terms of overselling or overbought levels. Okay, so I am looking to sell today the DAX if I can't see it breaking through this major level for me. Okay, you notice where it just touches these levels. You see there's one there. So these are all very, very important. So I look at the macro situation. Obviously any news that's coming out is important, because that will affect the price action. So I'm always aware of that, checking on the economic calendars, any particular shares, so for example, we're looking at the German 30, so any companies in the top 30 that have got quarterly results coming out, any news coming out from the FOMC, all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I'll check on that also, but it's price action that's the most important, and looking on your chart as to when the price is testing certain levels of resistance or support. Okay, so I'll let you know what I've done here, but as I say, there's an opportunity if you want to sell to be selling from this area here, and with a stop just up here, just in case it does push through. That's the key. So risking 20-30 pips above here, with an opportunity really of making 100 plus. Okay, so I'll show you what happens next here. All right, hope that has been of help, and I will speak to you again soon. Okay, if you do want to jump on board for any webinars and that I'm doing, there should be a link here somewhere. The website is still just being revamped at the moment. It seems to take longer than you think it will. There's obviously the financial traders community that I have on Facebook, so tons of stuff going on. Students are doing very, very, very well at the moment, and making a very decent living. So this is part of the compound interest Einstein challenge. Say if you haven't seen those before, go back and watch those, and hope you find them helpful. Okay, bye for now.